What you've just witnessed are the first 6 pages of At Summer's End. I read this manga on a whim the day it was released, and every chapter drop since has been a treat. This manga is truly special. The story it tells utilizes the medium of manga excellently, and the artist's understanding of show don't tell is incredible. Characters in this manga don't think in a text bubble, I may be falling in love. They look at a character for a panel too long. Pages like this tell a story of 1,000 words. There are countless times throughout the series where it zooms in on a character's eyes for 2 panels to show reactions and emotion, which allows for a far deeper and nuanced understanding of the characters, and a little bit of ambiguity, like we all have in our feelings and reactions. This manga's unique minimalistic style and show don't tell principles sell us on a drama that feels real. Characters make small selfish decisions. Affection comes after proximity. Characters feel weird things. The seemingly small commute home in silence is special because she's near him. Aww. This isn't a drama in the vein of Anohana where characters blow up and have emotional outbursts. It is a drama, but it's subdued. And while drama series like Anohana are beautiful, no doubt, there's something truly special and rarely human in a manga like At Summer's End. Oftentimes in life, we don't have a cathartic confession of love or confession of our darkest secrets. This manga is a beautiful, subdued, bittersweet thing that's occupied my brain far too much in recent weeks. This is a series which takes time to appreciate. You can miss the beauty of it by mindlessly scrolling from page to page. But for those who read it intentionally, there's something absolutely amazing here. One of the strangest things about At Summer's End is despite its female lead and decidedly not shonen feel, it comes out alongside the entire Jump lineup via the Manga Plus app. It's worth clarifying that this series is not serialized in the weekly Shonen Jump, but in Jump's exclusively digital magazine, Jump Plus. Creators who publish in Jump Plus have a lot more freedom, and they can release less frequently, like At Summer's End, which releases bi-weekly. And as the authors aren't competing for physical pages in a magazine, more niche series like this one can thrive. Realizing that there was such a special series just waiting next series I was already caught up to, like One Piece and MHA, drove me to make a great commitment to catch up to every single series on the Manga Plus app, with a few exceptions. This endeavor will probably take up multiple videos, as while I'm writing the script I'm only caught up with 20 out of the 80 series on this app. But to start off this series, I wanted to talk about some of the most underrated Jump Plus manga. These are some of the most poignant panels of the first chapter of Mikan and the Sea People. But the plot of this one can't be as easily explained through visuals alone, so let me fill in. Mikan is a guy who's always felt a little bit out of place. Recently he's moved out to an island with his estranged father, and once again, he likes the place, but he just feels that he doesn't belong. One day while looking out at the sea, he notices a woman. She seems to be dazed and injured, so he rushes this strange woman to his home, and her condition is rapidly declining. Until finally he realizes that she just needs some water and shoves her into a bathtub. And she turns out to be a sea person.
That's the title of the series.
Even though that gives you a rough outline of the story, there's a lot more to this series. In most checklist attributes, this manga is solid. The art is good, the characters are interesting, the twists are cool. But overall, my favorite part about this series is the world building and vibes. Getting into world building would be a little bit of a spoiler, so go to here to avoid it, but to be honest, this manga isn't very long, so it's not like I'd be ruining some long-running plot twists, but anyway. Initially, we're introduced to this mermaid and told that she lives at the bottom of the ocean. Because our main character has always felt so unbelonging, he sees the ocean as a possible escape to his life of just not feeling like he belongs. Seeing a mermaid, we imagine some sprawling underwater metropolis. But when we finally get to see bits of the world under the sea, the ocean is dark, glooming, and empty. It's not some crazy plot twist, but I just love the mini plot twist here, that the bottom of the ocean is just the bottom of the ocean. Just because there are some people down there doesn't make it a metropolis that's thriving, and I don't know, I find that really cool. And the general scary vibe of the ocean floor, really cool. For anybody who left for spoilers, welcome back. Anyway, something I really like about this manga as well is the main character's just waywardness. In a medium full of characters working impossibly hard to meet some crazy goal, seeing a character who feels a little bit off about life, without the manga being some traumatizing seinen,
is really refreshing and adds to the vibe of the series tremendously. Also, this series has a lot of mystery elements which still haven't been explained, so if you like that kind of thing where some supernatural mystery is slowly being unraveled, this series has that on top of pretty engaging characters and immaculate vibes. All in all, I think that Mikan and the Sea People is a really good manga, and without a doubt, worth a try. It would seem that Jump manga has been moving in a darker direction in recent years, as we can see with some of Jump's biggest manga like Jujutsu Kaisen and Kimetsu no Yaiba, and a lot of other smaller manga have also followed this trend. I mean, just compare Jump's biggest series just a few years ago to now. Something that's kind of weird to me is that despite the amount of scary art and darker tone of these new manga, they really aren't that scary, and that's fine, but with this many dark series you would hope for one that has a creepier vibe, and that's where Blight of Man comes in. This series is creepy, dark, and weird, and has some pretty crazy twists. It centers around this dude who's poor and his mom is abusive. Recently there have been cases of mummies appearing in normal families. In the first chapter we realize the main character's, again, abusive mother has become a mummy, and is dead set on killing him soon. Gladly the main character's good friend is able to save him, but after a strange mix-up he shares a body with the main character, whilst his body has been taken over by something terrifying.
And the main character's mom dies, which is really important, but for some reason I forgot to mention that. Silly me.
This series has awesome art, and the scary panels are just so perfectly unsettling, and really unique from other creepy panels in other horror manga I've read, namely Junji Ito. It's just such an enjoyable read. Something about the paneling, art, and unsettling atmosphere keeps you flipping digital page after digital page until you're caught up. Also, this series has genuinely really likable and interesting characters. Like, the relationship between the two main characters is just so nice to read. It's clearly a very different series, but their friendship reminds me of Gon and Killua. They're both younger boys. There's the bright, cheery one who pulls the gloomier one from a bad home situation. So they're basically the same thing. Of course, I'm being a little hyperbolic, but these characters do work really well as a duo. In recent chapters, this series has moved into an entirely different direction than I had initially expected, and honestly, I'm not sure how I feel about it, but hey, no matter what this series does, it is without a doubt unpredictable. And again, while I might not be a fan of everything, its desire to innovate, built on a solid base of great atmosphere, art, and characters, makes this manga one that is absolutely worth staying up to date with. Okay, last minute bonus segment, Gift of Poison. There is literally only one chapter of this manga out right now.
You agree?
There was only one chapter.
I lied.
But I was really impressed. I've read a lot of first chapters since I started reading manga however many years ago, and especially since I've started this challenge, and this one has absolutely captured me. It's called Gift of Poison, and I'm going to keep it short, but oh my goodness, look at how this manga artist captured anxiety. Outside of the highly stylized art of At Summer's End, which I prefer on a purely personal level, this within its first chapter may have the best art of the bunch. As I said before, there are a lot of dark manga in Shonen Jump, but this manga may have a different kind of sinister vibe. Even the dark series I mentioned earlier in the video has rough good versus evil themes where, though the main characters struggle and aren't perfect, they tend to be mostly uncorrupted. It's more dark in its early chapters and villains as opposed to thematically. This series, on the other hand, has pretty heavy themes. The main character isn't evil in this chapter per se, he's kind to his friend, at least externally, has a crush on a girl, and works hard in his art. But there's a common human icky in our main character. And we're yet to see where this manga will go at all, but judging by this first chapter and how the first pages literally say "fall from grace" in highlighted text, it feels like this manga may be a morally confusing, depressing read, which is extremely uncommon in Jump. I really enjoyed this first chapter, so please give this manga a try. In conclusion, Jump Plus has tons of great manga. These are 4 series that I absolutely think are worth your time, and I've never heard a single person mention one of them before. So I hope you heard about at least something you've never heard of. And please read At Summer's End. It cannot receive the axe until it has its full course. Also, I'm fully committed to going through the entire Jump Plus catalog, so if you like this video, there will probably be more. I'd appreciate it if you would tell me. because, whatever. But if you hated it, make sure to leave the most vile, hateful comment you can and dislike the video. But please don't do that. That's all. Bye.